I'm back. I like to say that TVC has a finger on the pulse and our eyes on the streets. And if it's a trending story, we are going to bring it on here and talk about it while I stand and they sit. I love that so much. In our first story, the federal government has set up a new committee to take a hard look at the National Youth Service Corps and recommend big changes that could reshape its future. Now, it was announced in Abuja on Tuesday, and the move comes amidst growing concerns about the safety of Corps members, the poor state of NYSC facilities, and whether the scheme still fits into Nigeria's current realities. Now, according to the Minister of Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande, the NYSC has played a vital role in uniting Nigerians since 1973. But times have changed, and the scheme needs to catch up. The committee, made up of voices from government, civil society, and the private sector, will review how the NYSC operates, listen to feedback from across the country, and suggest ways to make the scheme safer, more creative, and more valuable to young Nigerians. They will also look into better funding, performance tracking, and potential updates to the law. The final report will go to the minister within a set timeline. Now, the NYSC was put in place after the Civil War in 1973, and it was a tool that was supposed to unify young Nigerians and give them a glimpse into all other tribes and cultures and unify Nigeria. But I think it's high time that it moves from just a symbol of national unity to actually a resource that could help young Nigerians enter the workforce and give them tangible tools. Let's take a look at social media. I think this is wonderful. This is the Minister for Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande. He says, today, I inaugurated the NYSC Reform Committee alongside the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunja Lausa, and the Special Advisor to the President on Policy and Coordination, Hajia Hadiza Bala Usman, to initiate a comprehensive overhaul of the National Youth Service Corps. Sir, we salute you. We'll take 2 more tweets on this. Isa says, reforming the NYSC is long overdue, and it's encouraging to see a serious commitment to making the scheme more relevant and impactful for today's Nigerian youth. I hope the committee delivers practical solutions that truly empower young people and align the scheme with the country's development goals. I'm looking forward to positive changes. That is all we can do, Isa. We'll take 1 more tweet. The Global says, Dear Minister of Youth at IO Wisdom, this is an appeal that while trying to overhaul the NYSC, involve some people in the system so that they can provide recommendations to and tell you where the shoes are tight. Involve us as a stakeholder. Signed, J.A. Very interesting. It would be good to actually have them listen to the youth and their concerns and put policies in place that look out for them as they serve the country. In our next story, a scandal is brewing around Nigeria's Minister of Works, David Umahi, after a real estate developer and CEO of Winhomes Global Estate, Stella Okengu, accused him of ordering a brutal crackdown on her staff at a building site in Lagos. Now, Okengu claims that the military personnel acted on the minister's directive and they stormed her project site, assaulted her workers, and abducted one employee, Ola Obanle. She also alleges that her estate development was demolished to pave the way for the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, suggesting that personal interests may be influencing the high-profile federal project. Take a look at this video. We don't currently have footage for that, but Okengu in the video is now demanding the immediate release of her staff that was abducted and accountability from those involved. We see this time and time again, a militarization of civil matters. And it's clear that in this case, that it shows the fragility of property rights in Nigeria. Business owners are not safe. Why would I invest, bring foreign investments into the country in terms of real estate, and then you come and demolish it and kidnap and assault my staff? We must stop using the military as a tool for our own personal gain. The minister is yet to respond to these allegations. I'll take 1 tweet on this. Ben Samuel says, investing in Nigeria has become increasingly difficult, especially as corruption appears to be the norm among those in power. It is disheartening to witness a system where impunity and injustice are now treated as business as usual. In the video that did not play, you could see that they actually stormed her building site, her project site, and assaulted her staff members. That is unacceptable. In our next story, I saw somebody tweet that the first thing the committee should focus on is the boots that are too tight. We need to get serious. In
I
our
think I had the
next,
same experience.
I tell you, in our next story, a shocking, how do I even report this? A shocking case has emerged from Anambra State where an 18-year-old apprentice allegedly impregnated 10 girls in just 5 months, including his boss's daughter and a sales girl, leading, of course, to his dismissal from this apprenticeship. The state's Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Ife Obinabo, revealed the incident during a live video on Wednesday, expressing deep concern and calling for public input on how to handle this situation. According to her, the boy claimed he convinced the girls by promising love and future marriage once he became wealthy. Now, the identities of the boy and his community remain undisclosed, but I really wish that we could paste this picture here so we can see the culprits. But jokes aside, it's clear that there is a lack of sexual and reproductive awareness and education in the youth. This didn't happen once. It happened once, twice, thrice, up to 10 girls, I believe, were impregnated by him. It shows that across the board, we are failing to educate our girls and our young women on safe sex practices and reproductive awareness. This is scary. I'm going to take 2 tweets on this. Let us see what you guys have to say about this scandal. Moving on. This story warmed my heart. In a city where many walk past many people that they wish that they could help, Nigerian music sensation Teni chose to act. The singer has gone viral after gifting a struggling fisherman a brand new paddle boat with an engine at Bonny Camp Bridge in Lagos. The fisherman had been casting his net directly from the bridge and he was unable to afford a boat of his own until Teni stepped in. Let's take a look at this heartwarming video.
So a few days ago, not get money to buy boat. If you get money, you go buy boat. I go buy. You sabi. Riding with the new boat owner. Congratulations. They say they fit carry this boat go anywhere, even America. So a few days ago, not get money to buy boat. If you get money.
Her gesture didn't just lift his spirits, obviously. It's given his small business a new lifeline and, of course, inspired many people across social media, including myself. And I believe that Teniola's act is a powerful reminder that small interventions can spark big, big change. This is somebody who saw a man and empowered him physically, and yet we have politicians that are still gifting grain and millet and tire. Let's take a look at social media. Pacific says, don't give me fish, teach me how to fish. Now today I see I'm face to face, period. We'll take one more tweet. Sunbelievable says, she might not be able to change the world, but she definitely changed this man's life. What a beautiful moment. Before I hand over to the team, I'd like you guys to please chime in with the hashtag trending now on TVC. I promise that we will take some of your interesting perspectives and hot takes. Team, this boy in Anambra, he needs to be severely dealt with. I don't even know where to begin. And then, of course, this heartwarming story by Teni. Yeah. Love to see it.
I'd like to start with Teni's gesture. I'm so proud that Nigerian entertainment bigwigs are doing what we expect from other people, politicians, captains of industry, and so on. Teni, that was a very good one. Your popularity will soar. I appreciate that a whole lot. And for that young man, that guy fires live bullets. 10 within 5 months. That guy was busy. He should be a very handsome guy. It was 10.
Someone could have missed out on something.
Because of our time, let me just quickly touch on Teni's story. She could have just driven past without paying attention, but she decided to stop. So you don't have to even occupy any position. As long as you have the means, you can help anyone that you see that needs that help. And for the Anambra guy, it's really not funny to me because these are young persons and the lives of these ladies have been altered for life except they get some level of help as it is. Obviously, there's a gap in sex education and that a lot has to be done on both ends, both for the guy and for the ladies. There's something that has to be done at the end of the day by parents and institutions.
Yeah, so that brings to the fore, there's the issue of sex education, and I do not know what this guy is promising them. He said when he's rich, that he's going to take care of them, and then poof, he started shooting and sporadically, and that was so bad. It's not just it goes beyond just a headline. It's a wake-up call for all of us.
Absolutely, and that's where we have to live.